الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا واتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا والنساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا واتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم يغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن أصل الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أما بعد. After praising Allah Azza wa Jalla Jalaluhu and saying the peace and blessings upon our beloved Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we would like to take a look at a very beautiful characteristic. And if the Muslims don't possess this characteristic, then they're having extreme difficulty in their life. And if you find that you're not from among the people who possess this particular characteristic, then it is upon us to attain it. In this auspicious hadith collected by Imam Muslim, وعنها عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال إن الرفق لا يكون في شيء إلا زانعه ولا ينزع من شيء إلا شانه. وراه Muslim. In this auspicious hadith, our mother Aisha, radiallahu ta'ala anha, she said, indeed the Messenger of Allah said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, indeed, if gentleness and kindness is put into a thing, zanahu, it beautifies it. If kindness and gentleness is put into something, it beautifies it. And she said that he, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, said, وَلَا يُنْزَعُ مِنْ شَيْءٍ إِلَّا شَانَهُ. And if harshness is put into something, it makes it ugly. So what is that characteristic that we're talking about? It's been made clear. Rifq, kindness, gentleness. If a person doesn't have this in him or her, then could it mean that what comes from them is a lot of ugliness, and the one who possesses it, what comes from them is a lot of beauty? Our beloved Shaykh Uthaymeen, rahimahullah ta'ala, he mentioned in Riyadh al-Salihin, Arif, he said kindness, it refers to gentleness. Now, this kindness refers to being gentle. He said, which entails dealing with all people, not just the Muslims, the non-Muslims. It entails dealing with all people with kindness and leniency. He said, even if those people are the people who are entitled to being punished, he said, even they are entitled to a level of kindness. And he said that this is because Allah Azza wa Jalla mentioned to us in His noble book. وَكَاذِبِينَ الْغَيْظَ وَعَافِينَ عَلَى النَّاسِ وَاللَّهُ يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Allah Azza wa Jalla, He says to us in Surah Ali Imran, ayat 134. And those who repress their anger, وَعَافِينَ and the nas, and they pardon the people. Those who oppress their anger, and they say to the people, or they don't say to them, it's okay, it's no problem. I forgive you. I forgive you. And it doesn't mean that the person has to be present in order for you to say to them, I forgive you. You can just say it, or you can have the feeling, I pardon them, I relieve them, I let them go. What did Allah Azza wa Jalla say about these people? He said, وَاللَّهُ يُحِبُّ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Indeed, Allah loves those who do good. So those people who suppress their anger, they suppress their anger. They don't let other people get them angry with their bad behavior, their bad manners, their bad speech. They don't get angry, they suppress it. Why? Because they don't want any harm to come to the Muslims, in particular. But of course, remember, this includes the non-Muslim. So we don't want to harm the human being, period. But particularly, we're talking today about the Muslims dealing with the Muslims. The Shaykh, rahimahullah ta'ala, he said, when we look at this ayah, we find that when Allah mentioned those who oppress their anger, He said this indicates it was not easy for them to suppress this particular characteristic, meaning anger. Meaning that it wasn't easy for them to do it. So this is why I said earlier, some of us don't possess this type of kindness, this type of gentleness, this type of easiness, this type of tolerance. And some of the people may be thinking, yes, I do. Yes, I am. You know what some of the other people would say? Then ask his wife if he's kind, gentle, and easy and tolerant. Ask her. Or opposite, ask the husband if the wife is kind, gentle, easy, and tolerant. Now, Because we know the usloob, the tariq, the way of the Muslims. This way is evil, is bad. We're nice to our brother, we're kind to our brother, we're good to our sister, and nice and kind and tolerant. But when we come home, the tolerance and kindness has went out the window as relates to our families. And our families have more right on us to be kind to them and tolerant with them and easy with them and gentle with them. They have more right than the people outside of our homes. So it takes some work. It takes some striving, some jihad al-nafs against yourself. Now, because what's the reality? The psychological makeup of some of the brothers is that we didn't have fathers who showed us how to treat women. Before Islam, we learned how to treat our women from these guys in the street. Horrible example. So because we didn't have any examples, we had to wing it. So to us, then, not now, but then being a man was being tough on her, being rough on her. And then the people say, now look, that's a man. No, that's not what men do. We came to Islam now and we followed the example of the Prophet ﷺ, and now we see how men really act, true men. Now, we see that he was kind and gentle and easy and tolerant with his wives. We know the story of our mother Aisha, and when the Prophet ﷺ was visiting one of the other wives, and, when he was visiting one of the other wives, now, and Aisha, there was some food that was sent to the house of Aisha, now the ox. The Prophet ﷺ was at Aisha's house, and another wife sent food, sent food to Aisha's house. And when the servant came with the plate of food, Aisha slapped it out of his hand. Slapped it in front of the Prophet ﷺ. Ibn Abbas was standing right there. The only thing the Prophet ﷺ said was, do you see the anger of your mother? And the Prophet ﷺ, he went into Aisha's cupboard, got a clean dish of hers, and gave it to the servant to take back to his other wife. He didn't yell at her. We don't find any place in the hadith that he yelled at her, that he beat her, that he jacked her up. We don't see that. He just said to Ibn Abbas, you see the anger of your mother? And then it was business as usual. Are we that tolerant? Are we that understanding? Because the Prophet ﷺ, he said, there isn't a thing that kindness and gentleness is put into except that it beautifies it. You see, if you're utilizing this thing, this kindness and gentleness in your marriage, then your marriage is going to be beautiful. SubhanAllah. But if it's not being utilized, then this is why we find the ugly situations that we find. Shaykh al-Thameen rahimahullah ta'ala, he said, and so we find also the Prophet, Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah Azza wa Jal saying, and whoever pardons men, he said, and this is for everyone, Muslim or non-Muslim, except for the one who is malicious. Everybody gets pardoned, except for the one that you know for sure he was being malicious. His intent was to really harm you. His intent was to really hurt you, or her intent. He said, this person, they may get pardoned, but they don't get forgiven. It was really trying to hurt you in some way, either with their tongue or with their hand, by spreading tales about you on purpose. They were really being malicious, trying to destroy you, trying to ruin you. But generally, everybody deserves to be pardoned. And this is from kindness. The Shaykh said, but back to the hadith, where the Prophet said, إِنَّ الرِّزْقَ لَا يَكُونُ فِي شَيْءٍ إِلَّا زَانَهُ. That kindness isn't put into a thing except that it beautifies it. Sheikh al-Imani said, one, this hadith contains the encouragement for us to be gentle in all of our affairs. This is important. To be gentle and kind in all of our affairs. In everything that we do. At work, at home, in the midst of play. Some brothers like to play ball. You know, you really shouldn't get into calling each other's nasty names. You know, people get carried away playing basketball and start saying things about one another that they shouldn't say. Now, calling each other very offensive names. Shouldn't do this. But think about utilizing this kindness and gentleness in every single affair. Everything that you do. How you deal with your mother and your father, the wife with the husband, the children with the parents with the children. Now, the family with the relatives, no matter how distant, no matter how far, coming to the masjid and all the affairs that go on here, dealing with each other with kindness, now, and gentleness. You'll find all of your affairs beautiful, everything nice, easy. The way made for you to be nice and easy for you. Because you set the premise with your attitude, with your characteristics. Now, kindness and gentleness. So it changes things. It changes the atmosphere. We know brothers and the sisters know sisters. But when they come to the masjid because they have such bad behavior, when they walk in, it felt like a dark cloud came in with them. As big as the masjid is, it shrunk and it feels tight and restricted. Because everybody knows this person has horrible behavior. Nobody wants to deal with it. Nobody wants to be around it. Now, nobody wants to encounter it. So we have to think, when we enter into a place, we want the people to feel like that, or you want to be from among the people that when you walk in, everybody feels at ease. Huh? Everybody's chest is expanded for you, meaning they love you and they like you, and they're happy to see you. Think about what it is you want. Now, the Shaykh said you will find sweetness and pleasure when the one who comes in and he has these characteristics of kindness and gentleness. He said you'll find that that person is tasting the sweetness of this religion, Islam. Yeah? And that the people that he sits with they are pleased to be around him or her, to be sitting with them. Now, and he feels the pleasure from them. He too feels pleased. Now, when this is implemented in the life, he said, other than that when harshness is entered into a thing, he said you always find that person by themselves feeling regret. Now, regret and sadness. And saying to themselves, if I only had not did that. If I only had not said this. Feeling regret. You see, the one who has that despicable characteristic of harshness, the Sheikh said, that person will be sitting by themselves. The first person is sitting with the people, and they're enjoying each other's company. Now, attaining and feeling the sweetness of Iman, the sweetness of Islam, the sweetness of the Akhuwah, the brotherhood. They're feeling that. The one who is harsh and whining and complaining. Now, that person, you always find them by themselves. And if they don't wake up, they're always whining and complaining, and they're always mean. If they don't wake up. Because some of the Muslims are under the impression of this ugly saying, you can't teach a dog new tricks. First, I don't understand why a Muslim would want to refer to themselves as a dog. To me, that's a problem. And to change your behavior for the sake of Allah is not a trick. It's not jumping through a hoop. And thirdly, that person has lied, it is possible for them to change. Because Allah Azza wa Jalla made clear to us that indeed, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ قَوْمًا حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُوا مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Allah does not change the condition of a people until, listen, Allah does not change a condition of a people or a person. I'm adding that. Until they change the condition that is in themselves. So you want to change, you can change, but you gotta want to change. But do you change your appearance? No. Do you change your shoes? No. Do you change your kufi? No. Do you change your jilbab? Or kimar? Or niqab? Do you change that? No. You got to change what's in you. You got to change that heart. The heart has to change. You see, when the heart changes, it starts to appear on your physical body. You see, when you start to remove the rocks that make you so hard to shove it upon all the people and your family. When you remove that, when you start to fear Allah, and you remove that soft, supple heart that's alive, that loves Allah and His Messenger, that loves Islam, that loves Iman, that loves knowledge, in the nafi'ah, beneficial knowledge. That heart comes alive when you see it on the person. Now they become kind and gentle and tolerant. Now and helpful. That person changes. But why? Because they wanted to. They desire change. So when you desire change, Allah aids you in changing. So because some people are wondering how come they're still stuck in the same rut. Because you didn't change in here yet. The Shaykh, rahimahullah ta'ala, he says, so with that being understood, there are some things that we're going to be reminded of that we already know. As it relates to being gentle and kind. Now, he said from the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, collected by Imam Bukhari, rahimahullah, he said, وَتَقْرَأُ السَّلَامُ عَلَى مَنْ عَرَفْتَ وَمِنْ لَمْ تَعْرِفْ. He said the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, this came from Adab Mufti. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, and this is a real issue with the Muslims. He said, give the salams ala men arafta. Give the salams to those you arafta, those who you know. Give the salams to those who you know. That's easy. The brothers stick to that. Now, even it's so bad among the Muslims that sometimes only the Egyptians give salams to the Egyptians. The African Americans only give salams to the African Americans. The Latino Muslims, they only give salams to the Latino Muslims. Because I know him. And so on and so forth. But then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, وَمَنْ لَمْ تَعْرِفْ, and those you don't know. So it's good you give salams to the ones you know. Good. Alhamdulillah. Wallah alhamd. You get ajr. Now, but giving the salams to those who you don't know, that's serious. That takes real work. Now, because the Muslims, we see each other in the shopping areas, on the street, we see each other around. Now, and wallahi wa billahi, I've been in places where I was standing there and another Muslim, and the Muslims only gave me the salams because they knew that I was the imam. I would be letting them down. And the other brother, they ignored him. They gave me salams, instead of going to the next person, they went on about their business. I would be left. They only give salams to the people they know. And because maybe he has a title, because in front of his thing it says Imam, oh, we're going to make sure we give him the salams. I would be letting that. Walk into the store, they only offer me some dates. Yeah, Sheikh, here goes some dates. The other Muslims there, nobody else get dates but me. I don't want no dates, man. You only offer me water? Yeah, Sheikh, you want some water? No. How come you didn't ask him when he came in? Why are you only asking me? Now, this is how we are. We have to come to grips with this. Now we encounter each other every single day. Every single day, and we ignore one another. I've even had some Muslims give me the salams as if it's the Masonic order. I say to him, Assalamu alaikum. He says to me, it's not a password. It's not a password. Wallahi, when I walk into a place and I see the Muslim women, I come in, I say, Assalamu alaikum. They don't have to give us the salams. It's sunnah. The women don't have to return the salams to you. Don't get upset. Don't expect it. The only reason why I'm doing it, to let them know I'm here. Your brother is here. If you need something, I'm here. If somebody says something to you, I'm here. If somebody messes with you, I'm here. That's my reason. So she'll feel safe. Not so that she see me or that they see us and say, oh, look at him. He hooked up. No. We come as protectors. That's my sister in Islam. Don't nobody touch her. That's why I say, Assalamu alaikum. And they just look. Alhamdulillah, they know I'm here. If they need me, I'm here. You see? But the men, Assalamu alaikum, they act like women. You remember I said the women don't have to give the salams. The men act like women. They don't say anything. They try not to look at you. Some of the people, some of the Muslims, they act like they have become embarrassed when you walk in with a thawb on in the kufa. They turn it back. Oh, okay. Here you go. Here go the Muslim. Fool, you Muslim. You're a Muslim too. I'm embarrassing to you? You know what's embarrassing? Family. But they treat the Muslims like we're embarrassing them. We're an embarrassment. How will we learn? We'll say what I was going to say for another time. We have to think, we have to be easy and gentle. Get the salams. The ruling is that when you give the salams, you either give it equal or better. The Prophet was sitting in the masjid. A man came in and said, Assalamu alaikum. The Prophet said 10. Another man came in and said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. The Prophet he said 20. Another man came in, he said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The Prophet he said 30. That's how many barakah you get for saying the salam. And so these people, they want to hold back. The Muslims, they want to hold back. I don't know, man. Man, you're robbing yourself. Sheikh Saleh, he said, when you find that you enter into a place and give salams and the Muslims don't give you the salams, he said, don't get upset. Look, be kind, tolerant, and gentle. He said, don't get upset. He said, you obey Muhammad. If they don't want to obey Muhammad, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, don't worry about it. You be obedient to Allah and His Messenger. That's what it's about, because you realize you're getting ajr, you're getting barakah, you're getting hasanah. This person, they want to be disobedient, then okay, come on. Don't go over to him and say, Akhi, how come you won't give me the salam? Won't give me the salams? Why not? You should, that's my right. It's okay. She'll be all right. You continue to give him the salams over and over and over, because you want the good with Allah Azza wa Jalla. You see, being gentle and kind brings with it barakah. It brings with it benefit. Now, lastly, the Shaykh, Rahimahullah Ta'ala, he said, and because of the time, he said, when you meet your brother with a smile, that the person has gave sadaqah. You didn't even reach in your pocket. You say, Assalamu alaikum, and you smile. You just gave that person some sadaqah. SubhanAllah. You just gave them sadaqah. I walked into masjids and gave salams, and the people looked up at me with a straight face. They gave salams, but, begrudgingly. I said, man, that must have hurt. Must have hurt him. He must have felt pain when he said it. It's like I forced him. You see? But no, you smiled anyway. Be kind and gentle. Because Allah loves it. Allah loves you if you do that. That's what we're looking at. Look, Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah, Rahimahullah Ta'ala, this is the Shaykh. Ibn Qayyim, they said about him, like for Jum'ah, in the times of prayer, after. The Shaykh used to be moving around the Muslims, seeing if they need some help. Like you need some help to load your animal, you need some help doing this, do you need some help doing... He used to move around trying to find some Muslim that he could treat them kindly. Some type of kind gesture. He was running around trying to find out something. And they said, you know why? It was because of this hadith. This hadith collected by Imam Muslim. Where the Prophet said, وَاللَّهُ فِي عَوْنِ الْعَبْدِ مَا كَانَ عَبْدُ فِي عَوْنِ أَخِيهِ. That Allah will always help the servant as long as the servant is helping his brother. Allah will always help the servant as long as the servant is helping his brother. So Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah used to be moving around like he needs some help. He used to ask the Muslims. Because he knew if he helped them, Allah was going to help him. Look at the benefit from being kind and gentle and good to the people. Right? Just simply say, like, you need some help. Like you going down the steps, need some help. Sheikh, some of the older brothers, you see him holding on to the banister. Sheikh, come on, man, give me your arm. Come on, I'll help you. Now, start looking around and seeing what type of good you can do. So Allah will help you. This is the benefit of kindness. May Allah Azza wa Jalla make us from among His kind slaves. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala nabiyyina Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One of our beloved brothers, who is a part of this community, but at this present time he lives in Saudi Arabia. May Allah bless him and his family. Ameen. His name is Abi Hurairah. He took the name, of course, from Abi Hurairah, now the companion of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The reason why I did this khutbah because he asked me to tell everyone to remain upon gentleness and kindness. He said, because you'll never know what he called the ROI, right? The return upon the investment would be. He said, you'll never know. He says, as an example, his son Abdul Hadi, Hafidhullah Ta'ala, he just went through a operation, a serious heart surgery. And so, when his son went in for the heart surgery, another brother who was in Saudi contacted another brother from this community, and he sent a text to us here asking us to pray for Abdul Hadi. Huh? And Abi Hurairah, he said, look, that's normal because we all know each other. You know what I'm saying? We're family. So something happens to my family, the word's going to go out, and we're going to send the word out to all of the families, and we're going to make dua for each other. That's normal. But it's also because of how we treated one another. Huh? He said, but the amazing thing is, when we took Abdul Hadi to the hospital, I'm sitting there, they took him down to prepare him and getting ready for the 4-hour operation. He said, I'm sitting there, and this Pakistani brother comes in to the hospital with some other people. And they were looking for me, asking, where's Abu Hurairah? The people was like, he's over there. He said, the man came over to me, he said, Assalamu alaikum to Allah, we came here to donate blood. He said, oh, who are you? He said, Wallahi akhi, my sister is in Pakistan. some other people who know you to be a good brother, a kind brother, a gentle brother. They called her, she called me from Pakistan and just said, go to the hospital right now and donate blood. Subhanallah. He said, so I grabbed some other people and we all went and we're here to donate blood. See, this investment that we're making, you never know how it's going to turn out for you. This man, alhamdulillah, he does business all over the world. All over the world, Abi Hurairah. All over the world. He was just here maybe 3 months ago. And he comes in contact with people all over the world. And so because of his behavior and his treatment with the people that he came in contact with, he told me he was getting dua coming in from all over the world. And people asked him, how can I help? So he said to me, tell the people to be kind with the people. Be gentle with the people, because it's an investment. Not only will Allah love you and aid you and help you, but there will always be some assistance. Allah will cause other people to aid you and assist you because of your obedience to Allah and His Messenger and being kind and gentle and tolerant. Imagine if he had been a person who had bad habits, who was mean and nasty. Subhanallah. So the advice from our beloved brother: be kind, be tolerant, be easy, and be gentle with everyone. Because there's not a thing that gentleness is put into except that it beautifies it. And wallahi, from what we hear about his family, wallahi, this is beautiful. We ask Allah to forgive us and to strengthen us and to soften our hearts towards the people so that we'll be treating them kinder and gentler, and be more tolerant and lenient with them. We ask Allah to aid us, as there is none that can aid us but Him. SubhanAllah.